Hey guys, this isn't really a rant video. It's about my description or opinions on each type of sport collector in the community, on all the card communities, each type of collector of the sports, what I like about them, what I don't like about them. And I'm going to start off with the basketball. I don't really know much about the basketball community. I don't really interact with them. I don't collect basketball. But from what I've seen in real life and on fucking internet and shit, the things I like about basketball collectors is they probably have the least amount of scamming in their community. They're really good traders. You don't see any negativity about them when it comes to scamming, trading, buying, selling. And what I like about them is they collect everything. I mean, there's not really. I like the way it's set up. They don't have that many people on the high end. They don't have that many people on the low end. I mean, they're right in the middle. They have really good, solid card collectors. But the things I don't like about them is the problem is, I mean, this isn't really a big not a negative on them, but they don't. This is more my opinion. They don't collect teams. They collect players. They only the way they collect. I don't like. I mean, it's not really a negative thing about them. It's just they don't collect teams. There's no team loyalty in basketball. They collect players like LeBron James and Kobe Bryant if they're like a freaking Indiana Pacers fan or something. And I don't really have a problem with it. That's just one negative thing I have on them. It's not really. They're probably one of the best communities out there, but I don't know much about them. The next I want to talk about is the football card collecting. This one's probably the second biggest. It's probably the second biggest community. Basketball is probably one of the last, or hockey's last, but football is probably the second biggest community in there. The things I like about them is they have some scamming, but not as bad as baseball for being such a big. They have big, wide collections, and they get deals done really quickly. They're really easy to deal with. If you want to buy a card from them, you want to trade a card from them, they don't ask too high, they don't ask too low. I mean, they're not dicks. They're really cool people. A lot of people that collect football, I know him. Like 911 collector, he's pretty cool guy. I always comment on him stuff, and he doesn't. The thing I like about him, he doesn't ask me if I want to buy it. Like a lot of a lot of other sports collectors, if you tag or something or say something about a player, they're like, "Oh, you want to buy? You want to buy? You want to buy? You want to trade? You want to trade? You want to trade?" The football collectors are probably the coolest of the community. I like that, and they always get deals done. I really like that. They're a really good community. They're probably the best community in my opinion. But the negative things I hate about them is the base collecting is non-existent. There's no base collecting in there. It's no low end. The low end collectors don't have no say. There's non-existent. Football is all high end and mid end, but at least they're not dicks about it. It's just the card, the way their community is. It's all you have to get high end and mid end to compete with other traders and stuff. But I mean, it's not really a problem if you only collect football. But if you collect multiple sports and don't have that much money on there, you can't compete in football because it's all high end and mid end. But when it comes to team loyalty and stuff, the players that collect, I don't have a problem with it. Most of them are team collectors, which I really like. Now I want to get on the hockey collection. I like hockey. Hockey is probably the smallest community out there, especially in the United States and Instagram and all that. The hockey collectors, the thing I like about them is they they have the best collection overall. They collect teams. They have good, honest collections. They collect teams. I like that, and they have a good mix, just like the basketball. They collect low end, mid end, high end. There's no arguments. There's no bullshit about them. There's no fucking differences between them. They collect everything, and I really like that. But the problem I have with, sorry, my fucking battery said something 9% on there. I had to fucking put my thumb on it. But the things I hate about them though is when it comes to buying and selling, they're the fucking worst. They always want you to buy, and then they fucking try to jip you and fucking rip you off and shit. When you cannot fucking, if you're gonna be a hockey collector, you have to do it yourself. You can't depend on others. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm trying to be hard on you hockey collectors. I'm a hockey collector. We don't trade. We just try to get people to buy shit and rip people off. We're probably the worst community when it comes to trading and selling. But there's not really that much scamming, but it's a small community. And next I want to talk about the baseball community. The baseball one's the biggest one. It has the best positives and best negatives of the community. I mean, there's collectors of everything. There's collectors high end, mid end, low end, and a lot of people have good PCs. A lot of people I like in the baseball community. There can be some wrong things with PCs. Problem is with baseball is there are a lot of people that PC only, like the big rookies, and then like I was about to say Chopper, Mike Harper, all right, Bryce Harper and Mike Trout and Yasiel Puig. Baseball collecting is mostly like a hot streak. It's whoever's hot. That's what controls the community, basically. But the problem with the baseball community, it's all scamming. It has a problem with scamming. There's always so many fucking arguments between each other, between the community, and it's become a real big problem with the baseball community. It's because it makes us all look bad when we all have fucking argue and fucking scam each other and shit. It really needs to stop. If I have any of the negative things to say on the baseball card community is, oh, I don't really know. I mean, there's really much. The scamming is just, if scamming didn't have a problem, the baseball community would be perfect. If scamming is just the biggest problem right now. So that's just my types of collectors. I want to know what, if I was wrong, if you guys want to let me know on what I was wrong about, if you're a basketball or football collector, because I don't know much about them. I don't interact with you guys enough. I don't know much. So just let me know on your thoughts on the video if I accurately describe the types of collectors out there.